Major Vijay Kumar and his group of the Black Cats save a group of tourists held hostage by terrorists in a Kashmir valley. Meanwhile, at a military hospital, Vijay meets his girlfriend Tekaswini aka Teju, a news presenter who he is ready to marry. Teju reveals she is pregnant after she presents her HCG report to Vijay after one of their dates gone wrong. Vijay then reveals to Teju about his plan to visit his twin brother, Nandakumar Nandhu, in a mental asylum, who is incarcerated for murdering his stepmother. Nandhu is a cleverly scheming and with good physical strength, yet paranoidal schizophrenic man who has spent most of his life in the asylum, often communicating using metaphors and poetic expressions. Vijay cares about Nandhu and looks forward to his release. But Nandakumar's doctor tells him that Nandhu has developed into a psychopath. He is now a danger to society and should not be released. Vijay and Teju visit Nandhu to share the news about their impending marriage, which turns disastrous as Nandhu begins to see Teju in the image of his stepmother. Seeking to save Vijay from Teju, Nandhu manages to escape custody after killing two other inmates, Sultan and Pasha, for a clean getaway, thus leaving no trail. He later meets his maternal uncle, who was responsible for incarcerating him. The man dies of choking upon seeing his nephew. Vijay and Teju get married. The next day Vijay and Teju are shocked to learn of Nandhu's escape. Vijay initially refuses to believe it was Nandhu who escaped. But Nandhu's doctor believes it was Nandhu who escaped, because of the similarity that both Nandhu and his murdered buddy Sultan are circumcised due to health reasons after the post-mortem of Sultan's beheaded corpse, thus proving Nandhu is circumcised. Later, Vijay is convinced that it was Nandhu. Nandhu visits Vijay's home when he is not there and leaves a message about wanting to kill Teju. He keeps hallucinating his deceased mother in his imagination. While searching for Teju, Nandhu kills a drug peddler and falls in love with a socialite Shamali by looking at her promotional posters. By chance, he stumbles across Shamali at a hotel. Shamali ecstatically falls for Nandhu upon his antics, and both become close. Both being drugged, Shamali playfully whips Nandhu, which inadvertently causes him to visualize his stepmother's whippings and brutally murders her as a result. After returning to his senses, he regrets his actions and tearfully burns Shamali's corpse before exiting the room, but leaves behind evidence through which Vijay deduces him as the murderer. Vijay and Teju leave for Vijay's ancestral home in Ooty to stay safe from Nandhu, but he secretly follows them. Vijay and Teju find Nandhu's old diary in the house through which they read his past. Vijay and Nandhu's mother committed suicide after realizing that Santosh, their father, was having an affair with Jayanthi, who later became their stepmother. Both brothers hate her, especially Nandhu. The teacher complains about this, and Nandhu justifies that he is only reflecting the home environment. Enraged, Santosh beats both his sons for disliking his new wife. One day, Vijay learns that Jayanthi is having an affair with another man, and Nandhu tries telling this to his father, who pays no heed, and instead beats him. Nandhu pleads to his maternal uncle to take him along with him, but as he is suffering from throat cancer, he refuses and suggests a boarding school. Eventually, Vijay leaves with his uncle to a boarding school while Nandhu remains home. The situation gets worse at home, with Nandhu and Jayanthi turning violent, and Santosh gets a heart attack. Nandhu overhears a conversation between Jayanthi and a lawyer, and realizes that she is only after his father's wealth. Seeing this, Santosh dies due to another heart attack. Nandu now starts to see both his deceased parents in his hallucinations. As a result of being turned into a psychopath due to his stepmother's cruel antics, his mother gives him the mission of killing Jayanthi, granting him a military knife. Nandu stabs Jayanthi with the knife. But before dying, she vows that she will return. Nandu stays with Jayanthi's corpse in the house before being incarcerated at the asylum. In the present, Vijay learns from his old friend Tenush Kuth that Nandu has reached Ooty. Vijay reaches on time to save Teju from Nandu, who entered their hotel room and leaves with her. Nandu, after getting a serpent-styled tattoo all over his body which resembles the bond between the brothers by Tenush Kuth, decides to exact revenge on Teju. He chases the couple wreaking havoc across the road. After a while, they escape from the clutches of Nandu. Vijay manages to push Nandu's car into an abyss and assumes he is dead. However, Nandu escapes and continues his trail. Vijay plans to leave the city and notices Nandu coming to the hotel secretly. Vijay and his commandos try to nab him, but he takes on everyone and kills many. Finally, the brothers have a fight where Nandu overcomes Vijay. He corners Teju, who starts whacking him with a belt in self-defense, reminding Nandu of Jayanthi's manner of punishing him. Vijay reaches by then, and there is another fight between the brothers. Nandu visualizes his mother asking him to join her as Jayanthi is torturing her up there. He realizes his mistake and apologizes to Vijay for chasing Teju. To kill his stepmother, he lights up some cylinders which explode and he dies. Some months later, Teju is revealed to be pregnant with twins. She fears they will have the same traumatic childhood Vijay and Nandu had. But Vijay comforts her by telling her that they shall provide good parental care and such thing will not happen.